Hi, today I am sharing my experience purchasing 2 bags from the brand Polene and getting them delivered to Singapore. So a bit of background story. Polene is a French brand and all the bags from Polene cost less than 1,000 Sing dollars and I think above 450 Sing dollars in general. The bags are made in Spain and there is no physical presence in Singapore, so I purchased the bags from Polene's website. So to start off with, the bags came in these pretty good quality boxes. They have this nice sheen to them. That's a nice touch, and I think you have to be here in person to see and feel the quality of the boxes, right? But the focus of this first impression review of my experience is really on the bags. So to start off, I have to disclaim that I am not a bag expert. I'm just somebody looking for pretty decent quality handbags at pretty decent prices. So I don't have a depth of experience in terms of buying bags, but I do know what I see in front of me. Right, so for this bag, this is a number 1 nano bag in the shade mocha. So this is a newer shade. It may look like camel in video, but it's definitely mocha. So I inspected the bag after unboxing it about an hour ago, and I noticed that the thread here is loose, and the leather is a bit worn off at the bottom. So that's a bit unexpected for me. This bag is made of smooth calf leather. So in pictures and in videos that I've seen online, the leather gleams. So in person, it's more muted. So that's the biggest difference in terms of my expectation and the reality here. Other than that though, the straps are very adjustable, and for a person like me who's pretty short, 160 cm, they can be adjusted such that they fit nicely for me. So for me, I use the second last hole, and yeah, I can carry it as a sling bag and it's pretty okay for me. One thing I noticed is that it's really tiny. It's a nano bag, so that should be expected. But just to compare, this is a bag that is pretty small to me. It's a Fossil small Maya bag. But in comparison, it is, I think, about 2/3 the size of this bag. So I will have to work out whether I can fit all my contents here. But I still see that it has more depth compared to the Fossil bag. Yeah, so that's for me to find out whether it will be practical as a casual bag. Okay, so in terms of Polene bags that I've seen online, I think many people have shared that the quality of the leather is very impressive. I have to say that comparing this pebbled leather bag and this smooth calf leather bag is probably unfair, and I probably can't yield much results. But I think for the next bag, I can do a bit more comparison, because this is made of pebbled leather. This is the number 9 bag in the shade taupe. So because of this bag, which is a pre-order item, the bags took approximately 2 weeks to arrive. If not, they should arrive within 5 business days, because for shipping, DHL Express delivery is used. It costs 75 Sing dollars, and so the speed is expected. But because it's a pre-order item and Polene has informed me in advance, I have no issues about the weight. So for this bag, it's also known as a dumpling bag in some social media platforms, and I do have intentions to use it as a work bag. But after trying it on just now, I realized that it does protrude a little bit I think more than a little bit when I place it against my body, right? So I will have to find out how practical it is as a work bag, and I think it will look very good when you hold it this way and you pose. But in terms of practicality, I will have to find out whether it works for me. So for the strap, I have attached it already to see whether it's short enough for me, and similarly it is well designed. The straps can be adjusted such that they are just nice for me, but you can see that the straps are proportionately much thinner than the size of the bag, so that's something to take note of. If you intend to carry pretty heavy items, you probably don't want to use this strap too often. But the size of this strap was already known to me before I received it, so that's fine. So for this bag, it looks pretty big in video, but in person it's actually not as big. It's a medium-sized bag. So I have this bag, the Tory Burch Perry bag, if you're familiar. This bag can fit my laptop just nice. So comparing it with this bag, it's definitely much smaller. The base is wide, but because it cinches here, so the things that can be placed in this bag are definitely much more limited. So again, the quality of this bag has often been emphasized in reviews, so I just want to compare what I see here, right? How the pebbled leather looks, and the threading, the quality of the details, etc. with this bag from Tory Burch. Okay, so to start off, I don't really take good care of my bags, right? So you see some marks here and there, but I think you can still see like the quality up close here. And for me, I think the quality is pretty similar, and I think that makes sense, right? Because Tory Burch and Polene, they are of similar price range. Tory Burch is probably a bit more expensive, maybe $500 more expensive per bag compared to Polene, but I think it also has a physical presence in Singapore. It also enables us to try it out for ourselves before we purchase it, so I think that kind of balances out. So for this bag, I have to say that it's similar to what I expected it to be, but I have to say that for the price of these, it's approximately more than $700 Sing dollars. It awaits me to really put this to good use to see whether it's really value for money, whether it's really a brand that I will support in the long term. So